Harrods, a millionaire's heaven. For over 150 years, Harrods has been the home of luxury shopping across London. With over 300 departments, Harrods never fails to attract the city's wealthiest and most famous shoppers. From golden watches and designer shoes to toys and technology, Harrods has it all. But it wasn't always like this. In 1849, Harrods existed in a single room, not much bigger than the room you sit in now. It only sold groceries and tea, with a total of just 4 employees. But its founder, Charles Henry Harrod, spent years building up his business into the Harrods we know today. It's hard to believe that what was once only a tiny shop is now one of London's most iconic and beautiful department stores. Harrods now occupies over 1 million square feet in the glamorous Knightsbridge. The store is packed to the brim with clothes, jewellery, makeup, books, furniture, decorations, and more, making it the largest department store in all of Europe. But not everyone can afford Harrods' numerous luxury items. Many visit Harrods just to see and photograph its beauty. The architecture of the building is exquisite, and the store's interior is just as spectacular. Once inside, there is no end to the sparkling goods which are displayed beneath grand arches and pillars. Harrods is the 7th most Instagram location in London, making it one of the most popular tourist attractions in the city. Every year, Harrods receives an estimated 15 million visitors, and each of these wealthy shoppers will carry their goods home in one of Harrods' iconic green bags. Many celebrities visit Harrods too. If you're there at the right time, you might catch Kylie Jenner enjoying some afternoon tea, or Jennifer Lopez strolling about the aisles. But even if you don't spot any celebrities, you can still peruse Billie Eilish's exclusive perfume line or Rihanna's makeup line. And if you need a break, you can settle down to dine at one of Harrods' numerous high-end restaurants. Of course, if you don't fancy a meal, you can always head to one of the bars or cafes which can be found dotted all around the store. But be prepared. Harrods follows a prestigious dress code. Every shopper must look appropriate and presentable before entering the store. Clothing cannot be worn that exposes too much of the body, and helmets are not allowed to be worn inside. Backpacks also have to be held in your hand, as carrying them on your back is frowned upon by wealthy Londoners. So if you're planning a trip to Harrods, be sure to avoid ripped jeans, cycling shorts, and flip-flops. But Harrods has not only been a significant influencer on fashion, style, and culture. It has also influenced something you wouldn't expect: the escalator. The moving staircase, which is now a common sight for us, was first opened at Harrods in 1898. This was a terrifying experience for customers at the time, who had never seen such a thing in their lives. To ease their nerves, the men were even given a shot of brandy once reaching the top. However, Harrods didn't stop there. 100 years later, Harrods introduced the Egyptian escalator, which was a very stylish addition to the store. In the past, Harrods has seen lots of other crazy additions. For example, in 1917, a great silver replica of Harrods was installed on the store's first floor. But it wasn't Harrods who paid for this replica. This small copy was commissioned by the department store Selfridges after its owner lost a bet. Henry Selfridge bet that in 1917 his store would be more profitable than Harrods. But of course, no shop could rival the popularity of Harrods, so when Selfridge lost, he was forced to order the stunning silver replica made for his competitor. Anything you can think of, Harrods has probably sold at one time or another, even animals. The department store once had a pet shop, selling everything from domestic pets to exotic animals, including alligators, lions, tigers, and even elephants. The royal family of Albania reportedly bought an elephant in 1967, and a famous London playwright even bought a pet alligator. But the cruel practice of selling wild animals has since been stopped, and the notorious pet department was replaced by a women's wear section. The shop's history with animals continued in 2007 when Harrods used a live cobra to guard a pair of expensive shoes. This gorgeous pair of sandals was encrusted in diamonds, rubies, and sapphires, making the shoes worth a humongous £62,000. Clearly, shoes are an important part of the wardrobe for Harrods because at any given time, Harrods has over 100,000 pairs of shoes available to buy. Whether you want to buy boots or high heels, sneakers or sandals, Harrods has you covered. With 55 luxury designers to choose from, what more could you want? Most people know Harrods for its designer clothing and accessories, but the store also contains a huge toy department. A toy from this department was the inspiration for one of the most beloved children's stories of all time, Winnie the Pooh. The author of this classic, A. A. Milne, bought a teddy bear from Harrods for his son, Christopher Robin, and later, that bear became the inspiration for Winnie the Pooh himself. Many people know that the name Winnie the Pooh was taken from a bear living in London Zoo, but what they don't know is that without Harrods, Milne's fairy tale hero would not be the same. You may believe by the name of the store that Harrods has continued to be owned by the founding Harrod family. That is not the case. Harrods was sold at the end of the 19th century and a limited company was formed. In 1985, it was bought from the House of Fraser by an Egyptian businessman, Mohammed Al-Fayed. Along with the Egyptian elevator, Al-Fayed introduced an Egyptian room in Harrods. It was in this room he displayed 2 sculptures of himself, as well as 2 bronze memorials to his son Dodi and Princess Diana, who both died in a tragic car accident. Al-Fayed continued to remember the death of his son and his son's wife in 1997, when all lights surrounding the department store were turned off in their memory. Harrods is known for its extreme number of lights illuminating its exterior at night. This beautiful display began in 1959 when 1,100 bulbs were used to decorate the department store for Christmas. Now there are more than 12,000 lights alight each night, with 300 of these bulbs needing to be changed per day. That's a lot of work. But Harrods doesn't only use its exterior lights to remember those who have died. The store also has a stunning memorial to honour all of its staff members who passed during World War I. This memorial consists of 4 engraved marble tablets marking the 147 employees who never returned to work after dying in the war. As time went on, the fame of Harrods became known far and wide. Not only did people want to visit Harrods, but they also wanted to bring some of its fame to them. In 1986, a New Zealand businessman, Henry Harrod, decided to name his restaurant Harrods. However, Mohammed Al-Fayed was not pleased by the copying of the department store's name, so he began legal action against the businessman. As a sign of support to Henry Harrod, all entrepreneurs in the New Zealand town of Otorohang changed the names of their establishments to Harrods. The town itself was then temporarily renamed Harrodsville. Due to a large reaction from the media and the strong support from the town, Al-Fayed was forced to withdraw his lawsuit. Aside from the name Harrods, many other things have remained the same about the store since it began in 1849. For example, the Harrods motto has endured. The motto is Omnia Omnibus Ubique, a Latin phrase. When translated into English, this means all things for all people everywhere. When it comes to Harrods, this couldn't be more accurate, because you truly can buy anything at this grand department store, and that goes beyond just luxury items. Harrods offers custom services too, from bespoke tailoring and custom crafted furniture and perfume to holistic health treatments and eye tests. Harrods can offer you everything. But of course, not everyone has enough money to shop at Harrods. A simple scented candle could cost over £1,000, and a children's playhouse could reach £85,000. During December, Christmas crackers may be sold for up to £1,300, whilst tea can be bought for £5,000 per kilo. If you're looking for something more exciting, expect to pay £125,000 for a racing car simulator. But these prices are nothing for the many millionaires who visit Harrods each year. However, these wealthy men and women may come to Harrods for more than just a few expensive goods. Many may even be looking to buy a yacht or an aeroplane. It's safe to say there's nowhere quite like Harrods. So as you can imagine, living near Harrods would be every rich person's dream. Yet not every millionaire can afford to live so close to the legendary department store. In 2020, a Polish billionaire spent £57 million on a Knightsbridge mansion near Harrods. But it's no wonder the mansion was so expensive. Everything the billionaire could ever want would only be a minute's walk away, all located in Harrods. There are not only mansions for sale near Harrods. That's right, there is a flat opposite the store for rent at £1,300 a month, except it's not quite as luxurious as you think. as this flat is smaller than a parking space. It has a dirty mattress and grimy floors, yet many would gladly live there for the opportunity to be so close to London's famed department store. For £1,300 a month, do you think it would be worth it? However, sometimes it may be difficult to fit in a trip to Harrods during a visit to London. The city has many other attractions to choose from after all, such as the London Eye and Buckingham Palace, or the many theatres and museums. But tourists no longer need to despair. In 2008, Harrods introduced shops at every terminal in Heathrow Airport. That means many people can now experience the joy of Harrods without even coming to London. Of course, you won't get to see the stunning exterior of the department store itself, and you certainly won't have such a variety of items to choose from. But for those who aren't quite millionaires, shopping at the Harrods in Heathrow may even be preferable, because all items are 20% cheaper. That is due to there being no sales tax in Harrods Heathrow stores. You may not get the same experience, but you'll certainly be spending less money. So as you can see, Harrods is not just a shop, but a landmark. It is the centre of retail, not just in London, but in the entire world. Its fashion department is world-leading, selling only the trendiest and most sophisticated of styles, and it is no wonder that celebrities can spend thousands of pounds in one go. Millionaires flock from all over the globe to shop in this glamorous department store, while others come just to walk along its aisles. But no one is disappointed. In just 150 years, Harrods has transformed from a single room to the crown jewel of London's department stores, and it has picked up some wonderful facts and histories along the way. There is no better place for the wealthy to shop, as Harrods truly is a millionaire's heaven.